the internet has made a big deal about is Diddy and Meek Mill, because there's quite a few like suspect videos out there. You know, there's a video where Diddy is calling Meek Mill daddy, and then there's a picture of them wearing the same outfit. You know, what's your thoughts on that? And did you ever hang around them or see them?
All the time. All the time. And I feel that that's 100% no truth to. You know, that's see people when it comes to stuff like that, they, you know, of course we dealing with the internet. I really don't think that's them two back there screaming and yelling. But I was there when Diddy first met me. You know what I'm saying? We went to Philly one time, and this was when Meek first was starting, and he was in a little spot with smoke and everything, and not weed smoke, but just like one of those spots in Philly where maybe 100 people might be your audience. And Puff was like, yo, we gotta go see this dude Meek. And we went over there, and at this time, I think Meek was doing his first All-Star. And he was like, yo, I'm getting ready, I'm booked in All-Star. And Puff was like, yo, I'm proud of you, man. He was like, yo, I'm gonna go get me this Aston Martin after All-Star weekend. And that was his first Aston Martin that he had ever had. That's how early in the career it was. And after that, you know, Puff is the type of person, man, when it comes to those artists and it comes to those that's trying to make it and those that's very popular, this is how he keeps himself relevant. He's 54 years old. He has to reinvent himself all the time. So in order for him to do that, he has to stay relevant. And he's going to stay relevant with anything that's popping. What's the next big thing popping? He's going to get in early on it. But as far as showing any type of gay tendencies with Meek, or Meek showing any type of gay tendencies, I wouldn't agree with that at all.
What's with the whole calling him daddy thing?
So when you hear Puff say daddy, that's some of the funniest, that's some funny shit, that the way that they can make it sound like daddy. But to be honest with you, that's him trying to be cool. That's him trying to, you know how some women say, yo, you're an old dude and you trying to be something that you're not? That's just his way of being cool. Like, yo, daddy, I think you this. Now, I'm not taking up for him, and that might be some other shit in his mind. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what I see and hear him say it, like I seen him say it at the table with Fab. Like, yo, daddy, but we ain't get the party. You know what I'm saying? And Fab was like, yo, we did party. No, but we ain't party. So I don't know what's going on in his mind. But when I used to hear him say things like that, I always took it as we ain't really do it the way we supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I really think, to be honest with you, I think that's the drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's the drugs. You know what I'm saying? You not high. You not understanding the way other people talk when they are high. And I'm not talking about weed. I'm talking about all the other shit. You know, so when they act funny, that shit seems alien to you because you're not on the same shit they on. So I think sometimes some of the shit he say, he don't even realize he said, or how it looked like with him saying it at a certain particular time. But then again, he might do.
School day, this OB media. Roger Barnes goes crazy and he goes off Diddy. He said that he don't know if Meek Mill and Diddy was in a relationship. Man, Meek Mill got hit by Diddy. Man, Diddy take those cheeks allegedly, man. That ninja be getting freaky. He is the booty bandit in this industry. Everyone is afraid of Diddy, man. When Diddy come around, shit get weird. When Diddy asks Fabulous that question, he get uncomfortable. So everyone is scared of Diddy, man. He's the booty boogeyman. Always be getting freaky. He's clapping a lot of cheeks in this industry, man. This shit is just crazy. But it is what it is, man. You need to watch a full video. Let's get it.
Looking back on everything, you know, did Diddy say a lot of like suspect phrases, and is this something that happened often?
I mean, at first I never paid attention to it until the daddy shit happened. And then I was like, damn, let me hear, let me see. And I thought about it, like I said, when he's around us, it's a certain way that he gonna talk. It's a certain way his posture gonna be. It's a certain way that he gonna come off because I'm around this hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm around cats this hard. So I'm not gonna show that true color. But at the same time, he wasn't never, as you say, he was never shy to be around, feminine people or feminine men. But I've never seen him act that feminine way. When I look and try to remember, was he acting some type of way? The only funny shit I used to see is when them people used to knock on the door. Otherwise than that, I didn't see no funny shit.
Now, one person that's been just relentless going at Diddy is 50 Cent. He has been, he been having a good time with this Diddy situation the whole time. Now, I know, they had some issues a long time ago, and I'm not sure exactly where it started. The rumors are it started when Mace wanted to go to G Unit and 50 took him on tour, paid for him to go on tour, and Diddy never reimbursed him the money. I don't know if that's true or not, but, do you know where this 50 Cent and Diddy issue comes from?
Nah, I really don't know where that issue is, because there's been times that it was an issue, and then we'd go out and we'd bump into them, and they're cool. So I never really paid attention to that issue because it never came to a physical issue. You know what I'm saying? I believe one time, I believe 50 said one time, he's at the top of his game. I'm going to always take a shot at him, the person that's at the top, because that's where I want to be. And then other things started coming into play. You know what I'm saying? And things that make you feel like if you a man, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Just out of respect for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of shit that Diddy do that I don't agree with. That if I was in a position, a situation like 50, I would do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like having my son's mother dealing with you. To me, that's disrespectful. I don't give a who you is. You know what I'm saying? So I can't come at you a different way because I'm gonna lose everything that I fought for and everything that I have if I come at you this way. But better believe if I can, I'm gonna come at you that way. No, I'm saying if you look at all the charges and you look at everything, I don't know his baby mother name, but that's his son's mother, the one that's been around Diddy for the last couple of years, that might be charged with Diddy and everything else like that. So you got to think of how he feels. But that's the one that 50 said is the sex worker and everything else like that, and they trying to charge her and everything else like that in the case. It said that they want the hotel records back from 2008 on Puff and her. So something that was something that might have been a respectful beef at one time, now since this is into play, it ain't no more respect. All the cards is off the table now. Because there's a million different women. There's a million women in the world. And 50 don't want to play that game.
Yeah, she got dragged into it. I remember seeing pictures of her and Diddy holding hands.
Exactly.
At one point.
Exactly. So how is he supposed to feel? You know what I'm saying? It's just things as a man that you just don't do. It's just things that you don't do. He's not Diddy, but he's still 50 Cent. He's still relevant. He still got millions. He still has this, that, and the other. He still got to have his son. He still got to hold his son. He still got to be around his son. And to know that your baby mother has him around him, like all respect, everything is out the window then. Yeah, everything would be out the window.
Man, that's Yeah, man, there's a lot of reasons for 50. 50 been going at Diddy for a long time. I think even before all that happened, though, man. Diddy been one of 50 Cent's favorite targets for a really long time.
Yeah, but that's because that was an off and on situation. You know what I'm saying? It might have came from the Mace situation. It might have came from 50 Cent saying that he wrote some songs for Puff at one time. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a off and on beef, an off and on situation that I feel like whenever 50 Cent woke up in the morning, he said, go at Puff. And know that you can go at him and get in his feelings. But then when y'all see each other, everything is cool. But then when you cross that line, ain't no more being cool. You know what I'm saying? Even with the Mace situation, that's all about money and that's all about business. You still didn't cross that line. But you crossed that line when you're dealing with my son's mother like that. And when I say dealing with, don't get me wrong, because if somebody walked through the door and deal with my son's or daughter mother, I have all the respect for them if they looking at my son and my daughter mother respectfully. But if you trying to put my son and my daughter mother in this shit that you got going on, like they just the everyday Joe or the everyday bitch, then yeah, I'm gonna be in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? One thing that you tell your son, if you stop dealing with your wife or your girlfriend, when you meet the dude, the first thing you say is, yo, my man, I can't say nothing about that, but I'm just asking that you treat her with respect. And that's what any man says. So when you find that a person is not treating them with respect, yeah, we got a lifelong beef.
In 2013, were you already not working with Diddy at this point?
Yeah, I was with Ciroc in 2013.
Well, Diddy got into a fight with J. Cole around that time. Are you familiar with that situation?
I'm familiar with it, yeah. At the Rock Nation brunch.
Okay. Can you kind of take me through what happened or what you know about the situation?
I really don't know too much about it, except, you know, Diddy said some slick shit, J. Cole wasn't having it, and they got into it.
Did it? I think it started over the Kendrick Lamar verse from Big Sean's Control.
Oh, I'm not even sure.
Oh, okay. Okay.
When I wasn't around Diddy, of course I still got information because, you know, I was still tight with so many people inside the office, so many tight with security, that I would get certain things. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I was so glad I was gone, and I was moving so much Ciroc and dealing with my own situation with Ciroc that I ain't even have time to really know what this dude was up to, except I knew that he was crashing out. You know what I'm saying? And that he needed some help.
Right, because I believe next year is when he got into it with Drake.
Exactly.
Over the 0 to 100 beat. You know, did you hear anything about that situation you could share?
Of course. I mean, you know, he gave Drake a beat like he gives anybody else a beat. You know what I'm saying? And he gives him the beat the right to. You know what I'm saying? He's never written his own stuff. You know what I'm saying? He always gives the people the beat. You know, he had it was a beat off his last album that he gave to Jay-Z. So that's what Diddy does. Diddy, you know, he don't hide the fact, like he say, he write rhymes, he don't write checks. He gives a person a beat. Same thing happened when off the Press Play album, and he gave a beat to Jay-Z, and Jay-Z ended up coming out with a record with the same beat. You know what I'm saying? But because Jay is who Jay is, it wasn't no real problem. I think Jay said at the beginning of the record, yo, I'm sorry, but I had to do this, you know. But nobody else would know about it, but we would know what it was about. You know what I'm saying? And he made a dope record and killed it. If you listen to Puff album, he got a song with the same beat, you know what I'm saying? But when a person writes a multi-platinum hit, which at that same time, Jay came back and gave him a hit. He gave him I'm Coming Home. You know what I'm saying? Off the Press Play album. You know what I'm saying? So, whereas he took one beat and did something, here you go, and I gave you a More Coming Home was one of the biggest records, if not the biggest record, off of Press Play. You know what I'm saying? So, he did, Drake did the same thing. You know, he gave him a beat, the 100 beat, and, you know, Drake came out with a record that was a super hit. And, you know, sometimes you do things to some people out of respect that you wouldn't do to another person because you respect them. You know what I'm saying? And I can't tell you what they talked about or what happened behind the scenes. I just know when he smacked Drake that my phone started going off the hook. And my man and them was with him actually at Live nightclub when it happened. And they called me and told me everything that happened. I said, yo, your man spazzed out last night when he seen Drake. So what happened, I really don't know. You know, I know that they got over it and that they cool now. Couldn't be me, though.
Damn. You know, going through all these situations, man, how often would you see Diddy just go off on somebody?
It's a difference. He always stood his ground, and that's one thing that I could say. He always stood his ground. You know, after that situation happened with Drake, him and Jay Prince got into it, and he stood his ground. You know, when it comes to things like that, I could never say he's soft. He always gonna step up to the plate when it comes to situations like that. But in the last couple of years, I seen it full throttle. You know, I seen it full throttle. I don't know if it was because he was getting older and he needed to feel relevant. I don't know if he was getting high too much. I don't know, but I seen it go full throttle in the last couple of years.
Do you know what happened between him and Jay Prince?
It was basically that Drake is signed to Jay Prince. So he didn't like the fact that Puff smacked him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he called and threatened him and stuff like that, you know, and Puff stood his ground. You know?
Did they ever run into each other?
That part I can't tell you because I haven't been around him. You know, I just was privy to that information from somebody that was there that called me and told me about it. But if they ever seen each other, it was one time when we used to be in Houston and they was cool. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, behind doors in society, it seemed like we got a beef or seemed like this, but we've talked it out with just us. So when you on that level right there, you on the Jay Prince level, you on the Diddy level, we on the workers level, we might not never hear that situation or that conversation.
Okay.
All you know is that when you go into that town, you ready, not even knowing that they already talked and not even knowing whether it's a situation or something like that or not. Those sometimes work out good, sometimes they work out bad because sometimes we've been in places where we didn't even know we had a situation where him and somebody else might have got into an argument on the phone and then you don't find out until you actually there. You know what I'm saying? So that's a gift and a curse.
Can get tricky.
Yeah, it's definitely tricky. Each and every day you walk out your house could be your last. You never know. And that's the bad thing about Puff right there is that he don't let you in on everything that he's going through.
Now, one thing that a lot of people have been bringing up is that, you know, we all know how the feds work. You either cooperate or you're
Man, something was always weird about Diddy, man. Diddy be calling Meek Mill daddy and licking his lips. Man, a lot of freaky shit was happening with Diddy and Meek Mill and all of these rappers, man. they were getting freaky in that 50-foot bed, because Diddy is the type of ninja that like guys. He like these type of stuff, man. So a lot of people are saying that Meek Mill and Diddy wearing matching clothes. It is not a coincidence. Why would Meek Mill want to put up $100,000 so that they can investigate that he don't got nothing to do with Diddy? That is just so suspicious. That mean you was doing some gay shit with Diddy, man. Diddy have you on tape and blowing your back out. Man, these ninjas be doing all type of freaky shit just to stay relevant, just to be on top. Man, in this industry, man, you have to give up something. Either you give up your manhood, you sell your soul. What is you going to do? Once you're around Diddy, you have to give up that booty, man. You always have to be on Diddy timing, because Diddy is just a freaking ninja, and Diddy smacked the shit out of Drake. So Diddy been doing a lot of stuff for a long time, man, and think that he's notorious. He can do anything and get away with it. I understand that Diddy was so powerful that a lot of people never think that he will ever go to jail, but we had to hold this ninja accountable, man. He was definitely wilding. He was getting out of control, because no way you'll be kidnapping people, blowing up cars allegedly. Man, what was Diddy really on, Matt? He was doing all type of crazy shit, man. The type of drugs that Diddy be taking, he be getting out of control. And he would be saying some gay shit. Why would you say scrambling, scraping for shit? Why would you say come party with me, Fab? I would feel so uncomfortable, because something is definitely wrong with this ninja. He's always up to some freaky timing, man. So I understand that 50 and Diddy have a serious beef going on for a lot of years, but a lot of people are saying that Diddy was disrespectful. Why would you go and sleep with 50 Cent baby mom? Why would you play a ninja like that? And he wanted to take 50 Cent shopping. He wanted to be his sugar daddy so bad. And 50 wasn't having it, because 50 ain't gay. Because 50 been saying this for a long time, man. Soon everybody in Hollywood is gonna follow the nearest rainbow and be gay and happy. So he been saying this shit that Puffy was a little fruity. He been fruity for a long time, man. And a lot of people was not talking about it, because it's Puff Daddy, it's P. Diddy, it's Baby Oil King. Nobody really want to disrespect a powerful man like Diddy, because this type of ninja will get you killed. If you're gonna come out and say that he's gay, he's gonna be so mad. So understand that Diddy is trying to hide his true colors. Diddy been gay for a long time, man. Clive Davis is the one that turned out Diddy, and Diddy is just a freak Nick. But it is what it is, man. It's OB Media. For blessed day.
Okay, we're doing it. We're getting into it. Look at us. Okay, so obviously we know what's going on with Diddy and Cassie, but that's settled. So we're going to get into some shit surrounding all of this, you know? Some people are saying Diddy is just an overprotective, over-friendly guy to certain people, while others are calling him the gay hip-hop boogeyman.
When you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
A very confident Diddy says to Noriega, I love it when you're like this, Daddy. I love when you're scrounging and scraping and scrambling and shit. Obviously, Noriega knows what that lingo means, as he's doing the scrambling and scratching and scraping and shit. It's no secret that Diddy refers to certain men as Daddy.
Did you miss me, though? For real.
Here's a very helpless Fab at this moment. Looks a bit frightened.
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
And we see Fab starts to stutter.
We.
Damn. Sorry. Then we have a man claiming that he witnessed Diddy dangling Wale over a balcony for being in the studio with Cassie. Wale responds like a noble poet, the slow demise of authentic journalism. I used to pray for Gullible. Now I'm scared of him. Wild times. Did he hang you off of there? I'm about the slow demise of the journalist. Did he hang you off of there? Damn. Now, from just looking at this picture, people would assume that Diddy and Meek had something going on or whatever. In my opinion, it's not the shirts. It's the way Meek is posing, you know. But he does that. It's always Meek's pose, you know, because here we see a very arched Meek on the side of the pool.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in
He looks a little distressed, like he's been scrambling and scraping and ouchie. Diddy in this video refers to Meek as Daddy, putting in that work. Again, no secret to that. Now this one is very interesting.
Out arenas and everything, starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
Now, of course, we're all thinking the same thing. I know. Why the would you be hanging out with him? But we cannot negate the fact that young Justin Bieber was around Usher as well. Nothing there. Interesting footage of Diddy getting a haircut.
When I was, man, DJ, give me the thing, man. I'm loved now, y'all. So back in the day, somebody may got thrown out the window for that shit, but not no more. I just handle it with grace.
We saw the diddler about to come out, didn't we? Shit. Diddy allegedly pressured Cassie to get breast plants in 2009 and then forced the surgeon to take them out and redo them 1 week post-op because he didn't like the results. I think what we're all missing here is who's the doctor? And is he still a doctor, right? What? In the middle of all this drama, we have DJ Academic's Rosie O'Donnell body-built, wide-hip, lumberjack, dyke-shaped ass tweeting to Young Miami. Young Miami, your loud ass ain't tweeting 4 days. Come on, don't make it this obvious. What you gonna say? Yeah, period? Like, what the fuck? He ain't do nothing to her.